Hello everyone, this is Miss Marquardt speaking, and welcome to your virtual assembly. Today we are looking ahead to Remembrance Day, which is next week, on the 11th of November. The theme for this year is Forgotten Faces. So before you learn a little bit more about what this means, let's remind ourselves about what Remembrance Day stands for and who and what we are remembering. So some of you might already know quite a lot about Remembrance Day. For others, it might be a new topic. But just a little bit of recap, Remembrance Day marks the day that World War I ended at 11 a.m. on the 11th day of the 11th month, 1918. A 2-minute silence is held at 11 a.m. to remember the people that have died in wars. So this includes not only World War I, what we call the Great War, but also World War II, the Falklands War, the Gulf War, and also much more recent conflicts such as those in Afghanistan and Iraq. World War I, this is just a little bit of recap, happened between 1914 and 1918. 9 million people were killed as part of this conflict, so it was a huge loss of lives. And out of these, 140,000 Scots never returned to Scotland. So that's 26% of soldiers that lost their lives. So why do we actually remember World War I and all these conflicts? So we remember to respect the lives that were lost and also to ensure that history doesn't repeat itself. We're actually very good at remembering Scottish and British soldiers who died during World War I. So at this point, I would like the teachers in the classroom to please pause the video for about 1 minute and ask your class, in what ways do we remember World War I today? So have a quick think and then a discussion about how many ways you can think of that we remember World War I in particular. So, if you have come up with anything such as these pictures on this slide, then absolutely well done. Some of you might be aware of the Scottish National War Memorial, which is up at Edinburgh Castle. A lot of you might be aware of the 1-minute silence that people do on the 11th of November. We have small local war memorials across Scotland in villages and towns, such as this one. We have massive war graves and war cemeteries to the soldiers that lost their lives in World War I. And I think a lot of you hopefully will have thought of the poppies that we wear, or that a lot of people choose to wear every year on the 11th of November or throughout November. So it's not only important to remember World War I overall, but also to remember that World War I was a very international war. It was a global war on a huge scale, the like of that the world had never seen before. 32 countries around the world fought in World War I. And of this, there was 4 million black soldiers that fought on either side of the war. So comparing this to 5 million British soldiers, you can tell this is a huge amount of people. And many of these black soldiers fought on the British side as part of the British colonies that were around the world. So the pictures you see here, for example, show soldiers from the Caribbean, soldiers from various countries across Africa, and also soldiers from India. And these were all countries that were, as I say, part of the British Empire. I'm going to show you a quick video that introduces the kind of idea that black people are very much not remembered today as part of the many, many lives lost in World War I, and how important it is for us to remember their contribution.
What shall we do now war is won? And common slaves have carried guns, have seen us fear, have watched us die, have been our equal eye to eye.
It was a war that resulted in millions of deaths. But in the UK, the contributions of soldiers from Africa and the Caribbean are rarely mentioned. Now the descendants of those troops say more needs to be done to educate the public about the black people that fought for Britain.
Well, I think we spent more time talking about horses than we have about the African and Caribbean contribution. And I don't mean to be flippant, but when you consider the extent of contributions that were made, that information isn't readily available. I had to dig really deep to find that information.
Thompson is the great-great-grandniece of Walter Tull. During the war, he became the first man of Caribbean descent to command white troops in the British Army. He was killed in action in France. And Thompson, a poet and writer, thinks Tull's story deserves attention.
My view is that Walter Tull is a national hero, and he should be recognised more so on a national basis because that's inspirational.
There is a statue of Tull, and the government released a coin in his honour, but he's still not a household name. The UK has erected memorials to African and Caribbean troops who fought in World War I, but campaigners say monuments like this one don't represent the true size of the role the African and Caribbean troops played in fighting for colonial powers, especially at a time when most of their countries were still under colonial rule. Over 135,000 African soldiers served on all sides. They fought in Europe and across Africa. In addition, over 1 million Africans were employed as labourers, providing logistical support in Africa's many theatres of conflict. 36,000 troops were raised by the colonial powers. 15,000 of them formed the British West Indian Regiment, which deployed to the Western Front in France. But there's only one monument to soldiers from Africa and the Caribbean that were killed in both world wars in the whole of the UK.
The North African...
Jack Bueller designed that memorial.
African and Caribbean soldiers were viewed as commodities. They were used and viewed as chess pieces to enhance a military strategy, which was to get the German territories in Africa.
Black people fought in many battles, but why is it that we don't see this reference in popular culture?
Everything good has to be seen through a Eurocentric lens. So it's not convenient to explain that the first shot in World War I was fired by a black guy. That doesn't fit the narrative.
Yes, so I'm really excited about it.
There's plenty of proof of the role black colonial troops played in winning the war. The challenge now is for people like Nairobi Thompson and others to spread that knowledge. Asad Beg, TRT World, London.
So, my National 5 history class has been learning about some of the forgotten faces of soldiers and people who did other jobs who contributed to the First World War. Listen to them in the next slides, share examples with you of African and Caribbean people in particular's contributions to the First World War.
This picture shows us the departure of the First Navy of the West Indian troops, Kingston and Jamaica on the 8th of November 1915. This means that they are leaving to go to war, and hundreds and thousands of citizens assembled to cheer soldiers on. This shows us that black people all around the world were involved. This picture shows 4 young men posing with ammunition before loading them into tramway cars to be taken up the line. The men doing these jobs were a huge part of the war because without these men, ammunition would take longer to get to the front line. This picture shows us that even though racism was happening, black men were a huge part of the war. This image shows us some of the pomp and ceremony involved in preparation to leave for the front line. This means that soldiers from all around the world fought on the front line. The men doing these jobs were from the Bahamas. This picture shows us that not just white British soldiers fought for Britain, but soldiers from all around the world.
However, it's also important for us to remember that not all the contributions of black people were remembered in a positive way.
This poster shows racism towards black soldiers in Germany because in the poster they're portrayed as a bad character.
The poster showed them as a cannibal for their skin colour and the skull around their necks. This shows that there was severe racism at the time of World War I.
So thank you very much for listening, and thank you also to those pupils that were involved in making that. They did a fantastic job. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the so-called forgotten faces of soldiers from around the world who took part in World War I. And I hope that the overall message to you has been about how important it is to remember the past from many, many different perspectives, including Black history, which is often untold. And this helps us develop a better understanding of our world overall. If you would like to learn a little bit more or take part in a competition, there is going to be a Kahoot competition starting today, which will go for exactly a week, so you have 1 full week to complete it and have a go. This is the pin to take part, so if anyone would like to write that down, or there will also be posters up around the social subjects corridor area and also in the entrance of school, reminding you what the pin is for this. And there will be a prize for the 3 top scorers of this Kahoot. So have a go, test your knowledge, and maybe you'll be surprised about some more of the history that you're going to learn as part of this.